So first we create a new tour profile. So this one is going to be a test profile to show you how you can add your single images to your virtual tour. And once you've created the profile, we're going to go ahead and add some spheres. And to add the spheres, you need a background image to start with if you want to add single images. So you can download these background images from our website here, or you can create your own as long as they're 6,000 by 3,000 pixels and about 4 meg. Then we're going to add some normal sphere images. So these are the spheres that you're going to integrate into your tour as well. And we're going to upload these to the software. So we've used a gradient blue background image to start with, but we can change that at a later stage. I'll show you that further down in the video. Once all your images have processed, you have to rename them. So let's give them a label, and the background image should be labeled home so that people know that's the first image. And then you're just labeling all the rest of your images, garden, rooms. I'm just speeding this up a bit for you. So now we're going to create a new virtual tour and just give your tour a name, which can be anything. And we're going to click save and skip and go. And then we're choosing the images that we want to use in our virtual tour. And the start image should then be the home image, the colored background image. We're adding some title, a bit of text to your description. Complete this here. I'm not going to go too much into this right now because there's other videos for that, but you can complete all the details here. And we're currently using the default settings of the account. So now you can see you've got the gradient blue background image with nothing in it. So we're just going to add a single image to that. So click on the I box and then double click on the camera. And then say browse server. And here is where we're going to upload the images that we want to use to start the tour with. So click on upload files and browse to search your images. These are just normal images of the rooms and the areas of this particular hotel. We're uploading them all. All of these are going to be added to the start screen. Now you have to make sure that these images are all the same size. So in this case, it's 600 by 400 high. I recommend that you have them all on the same height because otherwise it's going to look funny in the viewer. So if they're not the same height, just resize the height only. The width doesn't really matter. It's more the height that's important. So let's put that to 400. So make sure that they're all nice and the same height so that it looks nice in the player. This one also has a wrong dimension, I believe. Yes. So with an Apple computer, it's very easy to resize an image. In Windows, it might be a bit different, but this is how you resize them on an Apple. And that one's fine too. Yeah, so we'll upload these again, and then we're going to click on upload all. And now they're all uploaded, but we're just going to use one image to start with. So once they're uploaded, we're clicking on browse files and then choose original. Always choose original because that's very important. As you can see here, the size is 600 by 400, which is perfect. Click on OK, and you can see that your image is now showing on the background colored image. It's going to look a bit funny to start with, but don't worry about it. What you have to make sure of is that the image is always set as 3D, so it moves nicely with the player. And this will be your default view. So this is the first one that you'll see when you open the tour. Now we're going to add another one. So double click again on the camera icon and choose the second image we've just uploaded. Choose original, click OK. And make sure that this image is in line with the previous image you added. You can stick them together or you can leave a bit of space. In this case, I'm going to leave some space because I want all the images to go in a circle. So we're going to do the next one. Double click on the camera, browse server, choose the image. OK. And put the image in line with the previous image, and we'll go to the next one. Get the eye icon, double click on the camera, browse server, choose original, OK, put it in line, and let's do the next one. Double click on the camera. Choose original. And that's it. So now you see we might have to move it a little bit so that the spaces in between these pictures are all the same, which is fine. We can move that a little bit. And once we're done, we just click save and turn it around to see if all the images are correct. They're all 3D. It's looking good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add, we're going to set the default view. So what do you want your viewer to see when it first gets to the virtual tour? So you want to make that like a nice centric image at the center. And now we're going to add some hotspots to the image. So we're clicking on the arrow icon. And you can put that over the image. I'm going to choose a different icon in this case, just so that you can see it better. That one's nice. And excellent, yeah. So, and then we're choosing the destination sphere. So this is the pool. So we're going to choose the pool as the destination image, and then we click save. Don't click go to. We're just going to set these hotspots for now, and then we'll fix them later. So let's just first set the hotspots. So you click on your arrow, you choose the image that this goes to. This one's going to the room. You can move that around a little bit if you want, but this should be a nice first image when they've done, and click save. And you can see that the return hotspot is activated straight away. We'll fix that later. We'll get back to that in a moment. And let's do the next one. Put the image correct if it's not correct yet. This one had needed a bit more space. There we go. And put the hotspot. And I'm just going to speed this up a little bit because it's all the same for all these images. So there we go. Put the hotspot, choose the destination image, click save. And the last one, hotspot, destination image, and save. So once we've done all this, that looks nice. Now we want to add some text to this, to these images. So we're just going to add a little bit of intro text. So click here to view this, or you won't believe what you see when you click here, or whatever. So you add the text, you take away the background. You see that the alpha background, I put it on 0, so there's no background color. Make that text 3D so it moves with the image. I'll show you in a moment why that is important. And in this case, I'm going to just make the text a little bit bigger. You can change the font of the text here. Let's put it underneath. That might be nicer. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. And with the RV and the RY, you can change how the text sits under the image. If it's not 3D enough for you, then you can edit that there yourself. You can give that text a bit of color. Maybe we should put it in bold. There we go. So yeah, that looks nice. And then we'll go to the next one. What we'll do here is we'll copy the text that we have here, which is right click and then click on copy. And then we'll go to the next hotspot, which is another text hotspot. There we go. And we're going to add that to, that's it. And then we're just going to paste. So now you can see, now it's the same sort of setup. You don't have to do it all again. And we just have to change the text and take the background away. So here is take a dip in our heated pool. And put that in the right place. And click save. As you can see, I didn't click 3D, so the text goes all funny. So let's switch that on. And now the text is better. And let's do save. And the next one. Just going to speed this up again because it's all the same. There we are. Take the background away. Right, so let's move it a bit closer to the image. Here you can see, if I move, you see how the text doesn't move with the player, it just stays as it is. So that's why the 3D is important. Just switch it on. It doesn't change much to the text there, but you can see now it just moves with the image, which is so much better. So let's add the rest of the text everywhere, which is the same. There we go. And the last one for the reception. Right, so let's put them all nice and tight to the picture so they look the same, and now it looks really nice. So the last thing we have to now do is fix the hotspot. So click on the hotspot and click on Go To. And just make sure that the return hotspot is in the right place. In this case, it's not. So we're just going to move that to the right spot. There it is. And we need to make sure that the return image looks good. So let's move the image back to where you were. So that's going to be the room, and click on Save, or Go To in this case. You have to go to the image. There we are. And now we're doing the same for the pool. Find the return image. Put that in a good spot. That's nice. And make sure that the return image looks good. And click on Go To. And then we go to the next image. So we're going to do this for all the images. So just make sure that all the return hotspots are in the right place, and that the view when somebody clicks on that return hotspot looks good. This hotspot needs to have a different color because white on white doesn't work very well. There we are. All the images are done. You can check them here to make sure that they're all connected. And let's publish this tour and let's have a look what it looks like. This starts with a start image, which I think I want to take off, and a tiny planet as well, which you could leave. It's quite nice, but I'd like to take that one off. But as you can see, it looks really good already. You click on the images and you can see everything. So that looks actually quite good. I'm quite happy with that. But let's just go into the settings and click Override Defaults. And here you can see all the default settings are now set to 0, so you have to set them again for the tour if you want to. So if you wanted to blend or no blend. What we're going to do is we don't want the tiny planet information, so we'll leave that off. And we're also going to leave off the start play icon. So let's leave all that off. So everything is switched off now. All the features are off apart from the small zoom when you get to the tour. And let's go to the tour and have a look what that looks like now. Now it just starts with the right image, and then you can go. The zoom might be a little bit slow, so we might want to speed that zoom up a little bit, but it looks better already. What I'd like to also do is maybe change the background image from blue to black. Because I like blue, but maybe you would like black. So we can remove the background and override a new background color. So you don't have to make this whole tour again. So what you have to do in this case is go back to the background folder, duplicate the black background, rename the blue background to say copy 1, and then rename the black background that you want to upload to the same name as the original blue one. So even though this now says gradient blue background, it is in fact a black image. So, and upload that. And what happens then is that when you upload this, it will override the original blue image. So if you go to view your spheres now, let it just process for a second, and you'll see that this image, you see now the image is black. And if you go and click on iframe for your tour and go to the tour, you see that your tour has a black background. So instead of blue, it's now black. So every time you upload a new background, make sure that the background name has the same original name. And that was it. Thank you very much for watching.